Travis Wayne, good song. After all these years, after 8,000 videos, not a single Mormon member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints has ever been able to confound me. And yeah, I do ban you for your hate comments and your death threats to me. Those are not arguments that prove that I'm wrong. You get confused on that. No, I'm talking about sound, logical arguments to prove your church is true. And so your spiritual witness feelings are not proof of the truth. That doesn't convince anybody. Oh great, you have feelings. So what? I have feelings about you too. Not a single Mormon can defend the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. It cannot be done. What religion was Joseph Smith on the 6th of April, 1830? Game, set, match. Do you need a tissue? Doctrine and Covenants, section 3, verse 16. I got scriptures to back this up. Don't think that you can just deny and lie, which you do. Deny and lie is proof of the truth. That's a good slogan. Deny and lie is proof of truth. Notice YouTube is refusing to post my videos to their playlists. Cyber terrorism is proof of the truth of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. "116 pages were stolen by Martin Harris." Talking about the Book of Mormon. "Nevertheless, my work shall go forth." That's the Book of Mormon, for those of you who are illiterate. "For inasmuch as a knowledge," not a spiritual witness feeling, "of a Savior," that's a Christ, "has come unto the world through the testimony of the Jews." The Bible was written by Jews? Yeah. They should have 2 Nephi 29:4. Yep, 4-6. Bible, a Bible, we have a Bible, we need no more Bible. What thank ye the Jews for the Bible you've received? So, is Christianity, Islam, are they the same religion? Is Jesus the same in both religions? Then what the bleeping hell do you think that the Jews have the same religion as Christians? "Even so shall the knowledge of a Savior come unto the people who will join your church." You. Jewish religion, Jewish Christ. You cannot win an argument claiming the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is non-Trinitarian. 2 Nephi chapter 3, verse 5 contains the two Jewish Christs. Everybody knows the first one and will admit it. They just won't call him a Christ. It's Joseph Smith Jr., Messiah, Ben Joseph. Ben means son of, and so fruit of the loins. Maybe the church's abstinence-only sex ed confuses you as to what loins are. I'd have you ask your parents, but they don't know either. Seed, egg, baby. Every one of us was a part of the basic doctrine of faith into knowledge. And yet, over 4 billion worldwide are clueless. Faith without baby is dead. You just redefine words. You think you're right. And so the other one is the future. After Joseph, the future. Messiah, Ben, David, Moses. Gotta include both. Wikipedia is laxed and lazy on that one. Manifest unto Mormons in the latter days. So, when you go to other scriptures of Joseph Smith, the Book of Mormon, for example, section 103, verse 16, therefore I will raise up seed, egg, baby unto Mormons, a man who shall lead Mormons like as Moses. And so you'd think that they would have Deuteronomy 18:15 through 19 here. 16, huh? Exodus 3:10, Mosiah 7:19, Alma 36:28, Doctrine and Covenants, section 107, verse 91. And we'll go to that one. And again, the duty of the president of the office of the high priesthood is to preside over the whole church. Oh, to have the keys of Peter, James, and John, right? And to be like unto Moses. You better fact check me on this one. I looked straight into the camera. I didn't read from the scriptures. So it's Deuteronomy 18:15 through 19 here. 91. A. DNC 90:13, DNC 107:66. B. DNC 28:2, DNC 103:16. Where's Deuteronomy 18:15 through 19? Joseph Smith history. It's not Deuteronomy, Travis. Second vision. He who is the sun god at noonday appears to Joseph Smith in a vision, not literal history, and says in Acts that that prophet is the Christ of Mormons. And if you don't listen to them, Mormons, you're going to be precisely as it stands in our New Testament. Gonna fact check me? Oh, look! There it is. Deuteronomy 18:15 through 19. Amazing. Why is it here and not in those other locations? And so, since Joseph Smith says this is our Christ, who comes after Joseph Smith, the Lord thy God will raise up unto thee a prophet from the midst of thee, of thy brethren, like unto me. Hey, that's our Christ. After Joseph Smith. So wait a minute, Jesus was created in 325 CE and said that he's literal history of the Jewish documents during the Roman period of time. Are you really that stupid? Because Christians are. Islamists are. Orthodox Jews even got fooled too. So what the hell happened? How did the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints betray Joseph Smith in the Book of Mormon? If Joseph Smith in the Book of Mormon is, as they say they are, Jewish, then who the hell changed it to Christian? Who the hell said Joseph Smith was a Christian? Who the hell said the Book of Mormon is another testament of Jesus? This church is abominable. Hey, that's verse 19 in that first vision. Well, your clue is in the Joseph Smith papers. You do know about it? No? You're on vacation? The church releases the Gospel Topics essays confessing that they've lied to us, and not a single Mormon read it. And those who did left the church because the church lied. Others who didn't read it heard about the lawsuit by James Huntsman and went, oh, Joseph Smith now uses a rock and a hat? The church has lied to us? Oh my God. You know, it's one thing to hear no truth, see no truth, speak no truth. It's another thing to get exposed and to still claim that you're going to hear no truth, see no truth, or speak no truth. It just makes you look evil and of the most severe mental retardation. Literally. Illiteracy is a problem. It's a serious problem. And if you're an evil person pretending to be illiterate, that's why you're evil. That's why you're evil. So yeah, Mormons cannot win in a debate. They automatically lose every time. You can't claim that you had spiritual witness feelings that the church is Christian, because you're lying, or you've been deceived. It's Jewish. That's what you're supposed to have been praying for. You're supposed to get the right veiling, remember? So, Kitty Marie responded, or commented last night. She has an anime thumbnail picture. And so whether her anime is Kitty Marie or whether her name is actually Kitty Marie and she is into Avatar and is using that to cover up and hide her identity, I don't know. She's explaining to me about YouTube algorithms and why slang is used. No, dear. No, dear. Do you see how old I am? Do you see this? Now, yes, granted, my brother got this gray back when he was a high school kid. For me, this is more recent. In fact, if you go back to my oldest of videos where I start showing my face on camera rather than it's just my voice and I'm putting up pictures to explain stuff for you, you'll notice that I'm a lot darker haired back in those days. So yeah, this is recent. Finally showing my age. Because it's too late. God realizes not a single woman will have an interest in me, and so my life is over, and so boom, the gray hair comes out. He tried. Just like the church tried for Garna Mejia. She finally got married. Maybe it's a fake. Prove it, Garna. You're supposed to be pregnant. Are you pregnant? You're not. Why not? You just got married. You're supposed to be barefoot, pregnant, and in the kitchen. Quitting your job. Garna, are you pulling a fast one on us after the church tried pimping you out? Garna. So, Kitty Marie is talking about the slang term unalive. I'm well aware of all of this. A lot of it is comedic sarcasm. I'm well aware about zombies. The undead. But this has been the problem, is that the enemy purposely changes definitions for their secret codes to communicate with each other with, so that the regular public doesn't understand them. And so when they go, Jesus is the Christ, what they're saying is Jesus is coming back for the second coming to destroy the world and take over the governments, which Jesus doesn't exist. It's their little group, like the Danites. And if you don't understand, I've got over 8,000 videos now on YouTube. 8,000. I've covered these topics multiple times. I've had the pictures, been showing them multiple times. I'm wanting to retire because I ain't gonna get a woman, so my life is over. Wife, life. They're synonymous. From the same root. If you have no wife, you have no life. But you can't take away your agency. Be nice. Well, I have to cheat on you before you will cheat on me. Excuse me? What the hell are you talking about? And so, yeah, I'm well aware of YouTube blocking videos. Like I said, again today, YouTube has been attacking me, preventing videos on a playlist. And I checked to make sure that it was in the playlist. Yep, but YouTube will not show it on the homepage of the playlist. The whole ones from the last one that I did, YouTube is refusing to do what a simple program should allow them to do. This shouldn't be an issue. Because if the program is set, so where I click on a playlist, when I'm to select what playlist the video is supposed to go into, it actually would go into the playlist. But it's not showing. That means a human has tampered with the system. So, yeah, it's not the algorithms in all cases, dear. I am physically being targeted by Mormons who are unable to debate their religion. And so as a result, they resort to bullying, threatening, and criminal behavior, even if murder. So, then I thought it was cute. One video. She comes to one video. It's so cute, just like a kitten. Tearing to shreds a chicken nugget. In my video, choosing utter destruction to prove LDS Church is true, feel the burn, ... Free to choose. She says, I have also been finding that the Jewish Christ is closer to the real truth, both in biblical term and ancient linguistic terms. So cute. Any idea how it got so convoluted? So cute. One video. Would like to see a video on that. So cute. 8,000 videos. Normally they're hate comments, bearing testimony of the truth of Jesus in the church. As they only come to one video too. Even scholars who are incredibly atheist have found that many of the ancient manuscripts are more closely matched to Jewish teachings than to Christian ones. Very interesting. I will keep looking into it. Oh, please. Please tell me what to believe. Tell me how to do my videos. Just unbelievable. And this is part of the problem. She has no clue how to learn how to learn. She has not been taught. The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints will never teach us. They just keep spreading the lies. Yeah. So again, let me teach you how to learn how to learn. When you're doing any kind of research, and especially historical, and so thus the real church history, you don't go to some published author and then feel whether the words are true or false and pick and choose what you want to believe, and you assemble all what you believe together, and then you create your conclusion. Dear God. All you ex-faux nevermos are doing that. You gotta stop it. Persons, places, events, dates. Separate page for each one of those. And so you can cross-reference them. So when you come across a name, and I've done the videos showing you how this works, because when I am led to check on a Mormon during Joseph Smith's time, what's the one thing that I look for? His connection to the Danites. That's it. Because I've already done the research. I've already known factual information of the main template, so that any other person that I check for is checked with the confirmed factual data of church history, not some author, not some Mormon who lies and denies to prove the church is true. It's proof of the truth. Lies and denies are proof of the truth. And so, we'll do Heber C. Kimball today. I notice so far I'm not being cyber terrorized. Interesting. I notice Google is about to be sued for multi-gabillions for their evil, and they're still not stopping technically. All right. Heber C. Kimball. Everybody knows him. He's the grandfather of Spencer W. Kimball, president at one time. He's dead now. Had a teachings manual. Am I losing any Mormon here? Are you confused? You know Heber C. Kimball, right? Under Masonry in Wikipedia. In 1823. Anybody know your Joseph Smith history? What happened in 1823, Mormons? Give you a hint in case you're having confusion, struggling to figure it out. The 21st night of September. That's why you'll often see in the description below the theme song, "Do you remember the 21st night, September?" Right? Boogie Wonderland. Earth, Wind, and Fire. The second vision. What is the second vision all about? The sun god at noonday comes to Joseph Smith, says his name is actually Nephi, not Moroni. Joseph Smith papers, remember? And says, you need to set up the church as Messiah ben Joseph to prepare Mormons for the coming of the sun god at noonday. Because there's going to be a day that shall burn as an oven, and Mormons who don't listen to the sun god at noonday will be burned by they that come to burn you. And so the Book of Mormon is given. Egyptian gold treasure plates. Anybody know of the Knights Templar? The highest rank of the Yorkites? Which I just went over with you, is talking about the Christ, the sun god at noonday, and a warning of utter destruction. Repeated Exodus patterns in the stories. Repeated utter destructions of the wicked who do not follow the prophet. Kimball received the 3 craft degrees of Freemasonry. What are the 3 craft degrees? What are the first 3 craft degrees of Freemasonry? Gotta use Google before they get destroyed. And the stock market plunges. Under Wikipedia, Freemasonry: apprentice, journeyman, master mason. So he's claiming that in 1 year he obtained master mason. Now it's going to be a little confusing for you because there's some historical information that you need to know that is difficult to find now. But he talks about the reason why without explaining why. And he claims in the lodge at Victor Flats, Ontario County, New York. Where's Ontario County, New York? And so, opening it up in maps, hey, that includes the farm in Manchester. It's just right below Rochester. There's a mission in Rochester. Manchester is the farm of Joseph Smith Sr. He's claiming to be Victor Flats. Victor Flats, Ontario County, New York. And they only have Victor, and it's over on the west side of Ontario County. And so, yeah, it's southeast of Rochester. It's there close to the 90 interstate. There's a Finger Lakes Gaming and Racetrack. And so Canandaigua is further southeast, right above the lake. And then the farm, you just follow the 3096. Alright, or do we have to keep going up? Where are you? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's further over. But yeah, it's on the 96. So the 96 can take you straight from Victor to Manchester, to where the farm is. Hill Cumorah. This is what you have to do when you're doing research. Okay? So in Victor Flats, and by the way, that's Scottish Rites territory, not York Rites. That's what you will not know unless you know the pre-9/11 1826 history. In 1824, that's why it used to be a blue highlight so that you can click on it, and then they redlined it, and now it's black They don't have it referenced anymore. Black type font. Just in case you are unaware of the evolution over the course of the last 7 years when I've been doing this research. In 1824, the very next year, Kimball sent a petition to the chapter at Canandaigua, New York. Now you understand why I was talking about Canandaigua, don't you? Do you remember the 21st of September? Da, 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 da. York writes, to receive the York Rite degrees, and it's not degrees in the York Rites, it's ranks. Degrees are the Scottish Rites. 33 degrees, Knights Templar for York Rites. 33 degrees, which is the honorary title, by the way, for Scottish Rites. See what he's lying to us about. He knows the truth, but he's lying. This is how you catch him in a lie. So what is he covering up and hiding from us? Of Royal Ark Masonry. That's the 7th rank out of 10. 10 being the Knights Templar. Not 33. Technically 32. You would have to have found the person that I was researching separate and independent from church history, I thought, to catch this. That's William Morgan. He had obtained the Royal Ark degree and was approved because he signed an affidavit swearing an oath that he had previously received every single rank before applying for Royal Ark. No skipping. He sent, William Morgan, by the way, was arrested on 9/11/1826 in Canandaigua, New York, where he was working on a book that he didn't finish. A book that got signed with his name is exactly 116 written pages. And all it talks about is the first 3 craft degrees and the duties and responsibilities of a Master Mason. His petition was accepted. He's supposed to swear an oath. Who was the Master Mason of the York Rite Lodge of Canandaigua, New York? Was it Ontario number 23? And so would they have the records? We do, which is why we know he's lying. Kimball, however, reported in his journal, in this valley, anti-Masons had burned down the chapter building in Canandaigua. Did they? Yes. After the reporter covered the story, blamed all Freemasonry altogether, had no clue what was going on, and said that it was a Freemason conspiracy to cover up whatever book William Morgan was writing. And so that caused a fear among the American citizens at the time. And so the next year, they burned down all the temples of Freemasonry. And yet, the Master Mason of the Canandaigua Lodge, Ontario County, number 23, which is interesting, 1823, Ontario Lodge, number 23. Huh. York Rites, Egyptian gold treasure plates, William Morgan, a book. Those of you who've been following me know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm trying to help you learn how to learn for coming to one video and still lasting 41 minutes. So, I would expect if you're going to study church history, you're going to study Joseph Smith Sr. Kind of have to if you're going to be complete. So, under early life, and this has changed over time too, but nonetheless, it still remains. But the Mormon who agreed to put it in refused to put the citation. And so Wikipedia still to this day, as I see it on the screen, is still saying, hey, you need to cite this. No, we don't. It's common knowledge. On 7th of May, 1818, in Ontario Lodge number 23, Joseph Smith Sr. of Canandaigua, New York, became a Master Mason. He named his son Hiram because of Hiram Abiff, spelled it Hiram. Because the court documents, when Hiram was in jail, being framed and blamed by the Danites too, spelled it that way. That's his birth certificate spelling. So why would they change the spelling after 9/11, 1826? Curious. Because people want to burn Freemasons. Witches. That's the mindset of those people. They still have not gotten rid of their superstition from Christianity. So there he is. There was the Master Mason that Heber C. Kimball refused to say. He was in the church. He knew all about Joseph Smith Sr. Have all of the documents set up so that you can reference them. Don't trust in some author or some video creator who tells you things you like to hear. Learn how to learn. So, who wrote the 116 pages? Why does Joseph Smith talk about the missing 116 pages? Senior. Who had to rewrite them? Senior. Simply by doing research. And it's confirmed more than 3 times. It's established fact. And so, who is it that's talking to Joseph Smith in section 3, saying that the Bible is Jewish and that the Book of Mormon is Jewish, talking about the Jewish Christ? Senior. And so studying his life is even fascinating, because he was a part of a religion, sort of, not really. He never became a member. You have to understand that religion. So you have to do the same thing. Congregationalists. So what is that threat? It's the threat of utter destruction. They that come shall burn you. We already know who it is. They're telling us who they are. So, to end, we'll mock and laugh at Fox News MAGA. Notice how when Biden took over, Fox News kind of betrayed Trump, and now that we're in the election year, all of a sudden now they're all about Trump now. Hilarious. And the new Jesse Waters kid. He's the new rising star. Hannity, not so much. But I took a screenshot of the latest videos from Fox this morning. So the one at the bottom from 10 hours ago, which is now 11 or 12 hours. The title of the video is "Debate Camp Must Not Be Going Well. Jesse Waters. Sean Hannity, the deck will be stacked against Trump during the debate." Drama, drama, drama. And then Gutfeld. "Democrats are panicking." Tulsi Gabbard. Adorable. I love the gray streaks. Kamala Harris was treated with kid gloves. Senator Joni Ernst. "This is a devastating report for the Biden administration." It's about Afghanistan. Came out yesterday by MAGA in Congress. Of course it's going to criticize the Biden administration. But everybody forgets. Everybody forgets the cause. Even the left-wing media forgot. Stephen Miller, neo-Nazi, working for Trump, is the one who purposely crafted the policy on how to screw up the withdrawal from Afghanistan. So that when Biden took over, and Biden went to withdraw the troops from Afghanistan, it was Stephen Miller's written policies that screwed it up. And everybody conveniently forgets. And yet Stephen Miller himself has been on Fox News talking about it. When he's the one responsible. Eric Trump, people aren't buying this. I'm not buying whatever it is. I'm not going to spend my money on MAGA. We're seeing a complete return to where Trump was before. Matt Towery. Mary Catherine Ham. Kamala Harris wants a vibes debate. A vibrator debate? Similar to J.D. Vance and his couch? Do we have to add another letter to LGBTQIAPO plus C? And then Kellyanne Conway. Anybody been watching? Anybody know where she's from and a part of? She's a part of, as a member of, the secret combination to overthrow America, led by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Council for National Policy. She's the enemy. That's why she was put on Trump's team. That's why she's on Fox. And so, they're afraid to have Kamala Harris speak to the press. Kellyanne Conway. Notice all the triggering words of emotions? Yeah, YouTube's not banning these, are they, kitty? Debate prep expert shares insights into Trump-Harris preparation. Everybody's doing that. So, that's not news. And then we have Governor Glenn Youngkin. Trump will fix this. Really? And then Trump will hold Harris's feet to the fire during presidential debate. I'm gonna bust up laughing if Trump, now that they found out that Daddy had dementia, pulls a Biden. And if you think that has nothing to do with the Book of Mormon, has nothing to do with the threat to America, the bloodbath 2024, dear God, 8,000 videos, guys. 3rd Nephi, chapter 7, this was supposed to be 2020. They failed. You're welcome. Now behold, I will show unto you that they did not establish a king over the land. But in this same year, 2020, they did destroy upon the judgment seat, yea, did murder the chief judge of the land, which was supposed to be Biden. As Trump doesn't get elected, and so they take out Biden. And the people were divided one against another into extremist groups. False dichotomy, by the way. And they did separate one from another into tribes. And thus they did destroy the government of the land, the federal government. Hey, we've got the budget for the government coming up again at the end of the month, right before the election. Will they extend it, or will they tank the government? America decides. Yield themselves unto the power of Satan. And the regulations of the government were destroyed because of the secret combination of the friends and the kindreds, seed, egg, baby, of those who murdered Joseph Smith and Hiram, the only two people who were called prophets. It's in your Doctrine and Covenants in case you're wanting factual documentation. The two Mormons killed in the streets of Jerusalem and were resurrected on the third day. Yeah, that's all prophecy and revelation. Erection, insurrection, resurrection, second erection. Entered into a covenant to destroy the government, Kellyanne Conway, with the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You didn't know Kellyanne Conway was a Mormon, did you? And Steve Bannon, Leonard Leo, the Heritage Foundation with Project 2025. Yeah, it came from the church. Psychologists thanking their American liberators from World War II Nazi Germany. All these videos, guys. I'm bored. If nobody's going to listen, I'm not going to have a little honey bunny to comfort me in my old age. What's the point of life? Now everybody's celebrating Lucifer. Hail, Lucifer! Why are Mormons still in it? So I might as well include what I intended to include now that we're at the end of the video. The whole purpose, obviously, why Heber C. Kimball is lying, why Brigham Young lied, why the church is still to this day covering it all up and lying, is to destroy Joseph Smith and the Book of Mormon. Purposely. They waited all this time. They used the Book of Mormon and the lies about Joseph Smith as the narrative to convert more people to the church. And what do Mormons do that no other Christian religion does? They're forced to pay. So 1923, Heber J. Grant incorporated the corporation. You were not allowed to know this. This was a government filing. This was a secret. There was no Freedom of Information Act back then, I don't think. You can Google search it. Find out when the Freedom of Information Act began. So we do it now, waste more time. But the whole purpose of that incorporation it's so nice when Google is split up. Utterly destroyed. Yep, July 5th, 1967. FOIA, Department of Justice Archive. I don't bother with AI. AI is a joke, and I understand Apple and iPad are now rolling out the new AI program. If you're not going to listen to the warning voice, the consequences are going to follow. That's what Google keeps threatening me with. Upload the new AI Google Chrome. Hell no. I've already done the videos where I expose that AI is not intelligent. So nobody was supposed to know about this. Joseph Fielding Smith in The Way to Perfection, page 290 and 291. I shouldn't have to keep repeating this stuff. But people still find my videos after YouTube finally allows people to find my one video after all 8,000. Nobody is supposed to know about this secret plot to overthrow the government. This church is the enemy. They murdered Joseph. They stole his church, they stole the Book of Mormon, and they turned them Christian. And they've been profiting off of you. You are chattel. Not just with Section 119, but with Heber J. Grant's incorporation in 1923. You are to pay the church to fund their coup right now. They failed in 2020. They're rebooting it this year. It's the exact same pattern as the Danites in 1838. This church is the enemy, and our government's not stopping them. So they're giving aid and comfort to the enemy. Excuse me, the enemy. Hiccups. Seems to be what happens when I get all riled up and excited. But notice the pattern. Similar to the woman on Stargate SG-1. But there's crossovers because of Rodney being involved. But regardless, yeah, she gets scared and she has hiccups. So it's cute. But nonetheless. And so this church, all these years, have been hoarding money. Whistleblower comes out and says, we were told the church's primary goal is to make money. That's it. They've been violating the law to make money. They're multi-trillionaires. And then Harold B. Lee, 1973, added an incorporation, an addendum to it, which now the Freedom of Information Act allows us to see if anybody cares to check, if anybody knows about it. The church is going to wind down and dissolve again, just like it did with 1887's Edmunds-Tucker Act. The church ceased to exist. That's why in 1923 it's not the church that was incorporated. It was the corporation that was incorporated. And those who were members of the dissolved Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints from 1852 are the cash cows for the new corporation, whose full mission is to overthrow the government and blame Jesus, using Joseph Smith as their founder and the Book of Mormon as a religious front for their criminal, terrorist, seditious activities. And every single Mormon who lies and denies to prove the church is true are the enemy. The enemy among you. This is why 15 million Mormons left the church in 2011. Since 2011. It's closer to 10 million in 2011. And so an additional 5 million since then. The church is purging itself. 2011 was a little too early. That's social media. But, yeah, the church then came out with the Gospel Topics essays, which had the reverse effect that they wanted. But that's what they're doing this year. Nobody's bothered to go to the handbook that was newly released with the new revisions for LGBTQIAPO+, still Mormon. Why? I saw The Rookie yesterday, season 5. About a woman who's in an abusive relationship, and she's brainwashed by him, thinking that others are the enemy, out to get him, and so she has to defend him and commit crimes to do so, in denial that she herself is being abused. And then, he then beats her, wants to murder her. This is Mormon women. This is Mormons. You're in an abusive religious relationship. They are causing you harm. Physical, mental, spiritual harm. And they use psychologists to reinforce that harm on you. They are murdering you with the drugs from the psychologists. Just like they did to the Jews in Nazi Germany. You were supposed to be excommunicated, LGBTQIAPO+C. You have been segregated by the KKK Democrats. MAGA is neo-Nazis, KKK is the Democrats. So listen to the speech, listen to the wording. Pay attention, know the secret words. So that you will not be deceived of the enemy. You must know your enemy, so that you will not be deceived by them and conned by them out of your money, to turn you into a weapon, to have you go to Washington, D.C.'s Capitol and poop on the walls. To vote for Trump. Vote for KK Kamala. You do not see the danger America is in, and they're purposely doing it to cause the war. You don't want to listen. And so, like the video I did yesterday, which, it's September. This is the time of year when my videos viewing goes up naturally, and YouTube does criminal behavior on me to try to silence my voice. Like I said, I'm planning on the 12th in the morning to say I'm quitting again. And if nothing happens because last year I tried to quit before conference, didn't even bother to try to boost the numbers for views. It still was cyber attacked nonetheless. And so I did a token video about Nelson's video clip because he came out right before conference and said, on 9/11 I fell and I couldn't get up. I had done the countdown right before then, and then nothing happened? Crap. They purposely delayed notification to us that he fell. Maliciously waited because they didn't want me to be correct. Just pure evil of this church. I'm trying to save your lives. My #1 video, YouTube won't allow that one the views. I did it twice with a different title to try to get it out. Nope, YouTube won't do it. That proves who I am, so that you won't be deceived. So, yesterday's thumbnail picture for one of the videos. Now that you're founding another Christian church, here's another testament of Christian Jesus Christ. No utter destruction threats to worry about whatsoever. All is well in Zion. Awesome. That's so cool. Technically, I would have continued to do videos related to my research in Paleo-Hebrew, and philosophy, and Aramaic, and Greek, and Egyptian, and you just click on the oldest and you'll see what I was working on before I learned about the total solar eclipse over the United States of America on 21st of August 2017. You'll then notice a switch in the content of my videos. And so, yeah, what I started doing videos for was what I wanted to do, because that's what I do in my life. But once I learned of the threat to America with a simple solar eclipse, I knew. And so I had to now spend the rest of these years trying to warn you, to save your lives. And I've gotten numerous threats and death threats, and testimonials of how I'm wrong, fallacious arguments galore, that I'm ugly, that my room is a mess, regardless of where it was I was living. I haven't been here the whole time. Everybody knows that when you assume, you make an ass out of only you. Stupid. An ass out of you and me? No, you. You're the one who assumed, not me. Don't drag me down in your assumptions. False doctrines galore. We just agree to disagree. No, we can't. Truth is independent of our opinions. The Book of Mormon and Joseph Smith are Jewish. You can't agree to disagree on that. It takes two to tango. Those Danites are just as guilty as Joseph Smith, because if it wasn't for Joseph Smith, the Danites wouldn't have joined the church to coup it. No! It takes one to tango, if you're going to use that analogy, which is a non sequitur. Dear God. You know, dancing has nothing to do with human behavior and guilt. So, I want to retire, but last year, did the token stuff for conference. Nelson hypnotized you. Thanks, Celestial. I fell. I'm Lucifer. And Mormons still celebrate Nelson. Hail Lucifer! And so then October 7th happened, and I just went, oh crap, I'm never going to be able to retire. And sure enough, the church then came out on 9/11, November 24th, where I did my 6-hour video series. God. So yeah, I've been threatening to retire as April 2024 came and went. Mormons still didn't believe. 9th Ave came and went. Mormons still didn't believe. Now 9/11 tomorrow, and Mormons still don't believe. Kitty has just barely found out that it could be. And I had a guy yesterday also say that, let's see if I can find it. And so, yeah, that's the only thing that's going to keep me going. But the prophecies are over with. The revelations are over with. Prophecies not so much, because they failed in 2020, and so 2024's election is the continuation of the prophecies. But they're not based on the revelation. The revelation was for 2020. But, yeah, if the day that shall burn as an oven shall happen, and I don't get affected, and I'm able to still do videos, yes, I obviously will, because that'll be involving saving your lives. But we have Sarah on abridgment of Book of Mormon Latter Days fulfillments of prophecies and revelations. That was the second version. I mean, seriously. And the guy says, I don't get it. Now, granted, that's also an abusive comment to make, but it's masked with double meaning. I don't get it comes from a movie decades ago. It just flashed back in my mind, but I can't recall. I don't get it. It's a comedy, but it's used now by bullies to purposely mock you when it's blatantly obvious. I mean, the Book of Mormon picture that I've been using lately, it's very plain and precious. I don't think it got used for this video, but I mean, seriously, I even define what a prophecy is and define what a revelation is at the beginning of the video. And for him to then say, I don't get it, yeah, it's most likely the mockery version and should have been banned from my channel. But, just in case he's really that illiterate, I only deleted his comment. And then another person is trying to troll-splain to me. I've seen it all, guys. I've seen the evolution of this church and YouTube. And so, yeah, that's why I started off this video. Doctrine and Covenants, section 3, verse 16. Book of Mormon teaches about Jewish Christ, just like the Bible. Religion of the Jews. Jewish symbol, in case you don't know, that's the Christ. This is my symbol. It's my name, my sign, the location, and the date. All rolled into one. right there in Paleo-Hebrew, which came from the Egyptians. And then 2 Nephi chapter 3, verse 5. Founding Christ, Joseph Smith Jr. Latter-day Christ, Messiah ben David Moses. Me. That's all you had to do was run the test. You believe Joseph, you don't believe he's the Christ, but you believe Joseph is there. And yet you won't believe me. And you won't even believe the Christ. That's how evil you've become. That you will murder your Christ because of your unbelief. That is how evil you have become. And it's just sick and wrong. So, it's not likely that I'll be posting this video within the next couple hours. Because if nothing happens, if Nelson doesn't die, if the church doesn't fall, there's nothing more for me to do or say. I've said it all. 8,000 videos. I mean, yeah, I never did get to the raping of Rebecca. Yeah, Rebecca. By Pharaoh. Never did get to that. Went and added a couple other people. A couple other people got added. Samson and Samuel. Samson also. Samson on here? Nope. Samson also needs to be included. Because that was the same thing. All these Jews are telling the exact same story. It's just a different location, a different name, and different events. But it's the exact same pattern. Because of the Jewish law, Deuteronomy 18, 15 through 19. So I'm trying to teach you how to learn so that you can study your scriptures. Just like for Kitty. Everything is in vain. We were supposed to have secret meetings at the Waters of Mormon so that the church doesn't murder us. Planning and preparing to leave. And so that's why I keep hoping that tomorrow will be something that will force Mormons not only out of their hypnotism, but also out of the state of Utah, so that they have to go somewhere else. And then hopefully they will listen finally. Because I'm Alma and Amalek, after the Zoramites kicked you out for your poverty. You know, it wasn't Nehor and Korahor that met the poor Zoramites. Hey guys, pay us instead, and you'll never go hungry again. Kill the beast. Mixing my Disney movies. But yeah, because of my knowledge, I am unable to just watch shows and movies just for entertainment purposes and then get brainwashed by hypnotism by the creator, the screenwriter. Nope, because I know the truth. I followed the Book of Mormon precepts and produced the fruit, so I know that they are true. Mormons get a seed and they go, it's so true. You do know you have to plant it and produce the fruit. No. Really? So as a woman, you feel you're pregnant, but a guy has never touched you because you'd get excommunicated by your bishop if you told him that a guy had sex with you, right? So it's an immaculate conception. luck with that with the bishop. Maybe you'll find Dr. House. We're done. Just wasting time.